Do you like movies with happy endings? I do. So today I wanted to talk about 7 movies that make me happy. These are all films that came out when I was a kid, so if you're looking for wholesome movies with 2000s nostalgia, this list is for you. The first movie I want to talk about is Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is about 2 sisters who are orphaned. The older sister, Nani, takes care of the younger sister, Lilo. I think Lilo is 5 or 6. I don't know how old Nani is. Obviously about 18 or older than that. So life is pretty hard for the 2 sisters, between missing their parents and just trying to survive. And when they adopt a dog that turns out to be a rogue alien, life gets even harder.
Be careful of the little angel!
It's not an angel, Lilo. I don't even think it's a dog.
I did not know if this movie was going to have a happy ending, but Lilo and Stitch had a happy ending that even I was happy with. Number 2 is The Game Plan, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This was not Dwayne Johnson's first movie, but it was his first family movie. The Game Plan is about Joe Kingman, a football player who is obsessed with himself, football, and Elvis. But Joe's life changes forever when his daughter that he didn't know he had unexpectedly shows up at his front door. I don't know why I said unexpectedly, because if he didn't know he had a daughter, obviously he wouldn't expect her to show up, and that's exactly what happens. As Joe struggles with his newfound responsibility, he realizes that life is actually better when it's not all about him. If you don't like sports, don't let the fact that he's a football player in this movie scare you off. I also do not like sports movies. Like, if there's a sports movie, the sporting event is my least favorite part in the entire movie. So even if you don't like sports, you still might like this movie. Number 3 is Alvin and the Chipmunks. Personally, I think this is one of the best CGI live-action reboots they've ever made. The film begins with Dave, an aspiring songwriter who writes songs that are kind of, well...
Your song sucks, Dave.
What?
Your song? It's awful. I hate it. There is no sense in writing songs that no one is ever going to sing.
Ever?
Just when Dave decides to give up on music forever, he meets some talking chipmunks that turn his whole life around. Dave is able to overcome his fear of commitment and become a good father figure to these little rodents. This is such a fun movie. I loved it as a kid. The next movie I wanted to talk about is Daddy Daycare. Daddy Daycare is about 2 dads who lost their jobs and decide to start a daycare center,
providing exceptional child care at affordable prices. You know, the experienced part is what I have to take issue with. I give it 3 days.
I think I liked this movie as a kid because, first of all, it's really funny, and also there are so many kids in this movie. Kids love movies with kids in them. It's entertaining to watch no matter how old you are.
Your guys?
Well, what did you think Daddy Daycare meant?
I thought maybe one guy, nothing but guys. I just thought it was a clever name.
Every character in this movie is unique and interesting. You can imagine them having lives beyond the movie. The 2000s had some amazing family comedies. The 5th movie is actually right at the beginning of the 2010s, and that is Despicable Me. Despicable Me follows the story of Gru, a semi-successful supervillain who dreams of stealing the moon.
Mom, someday I'm going to go to the moon.
When Gru adopts 3 little girls as part of his plan to steal the moon, he doesn't realize it's going to change his entire future. After achieving everything he's ever wanted, Gru realizes that it isn't as important as his adopted daughters, and he goes back to fix everything before it's too late. When my siblings and I first saw Despicable Me, we loved it. We watched it like 2 or 3 times in a row. It was that good. By the way, we didn't normally watch so much TV. My mom was just sick that day, and so she didn't mind that we watched the movie several times in a row. Number 6 is Cheaper by the Dozen. Not the new Cheaper by the Dozen that Disney just made, and not the old Cheaper by the Dozen that was based on the true story of the Gilbert family. I'm talking about the Steve Martin Cheaper by the Dozen from 2003. Cheaper by the Dozen is about a family with 12 kids who unexpectedly have to move for their dad's work. The kids have a hard time adjusting to their new home, and their mom having to go on a book tour makes things even more complicated. Despite all the craziness that ensues from a dad taking care of 12 kids, the family learns that even when things change, they're still there for each other. Number 7 is Cars. If there was one movie that shaped my childhood, it was Cars. We collected so many of the Cars toys, and by collect, we didn't collect them like collectors, we played with them. Cars was the main thing we played. Cars is one of the most lighthearted and straightforward Pixar stories there is. It's about a selfish guy who learns that caring about others and having friends is more important than being rich and famous. But kids' movies don't have to have the most complex story in the world. It's still a really fun movie. It had a great soundtrack, the characters are all memorable, especially Mater.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
As an adult, I'm just blown away by the visuals every time. It is so beautiful. It is stunning. The colors, the reflections, the scenery. I firmly believe that computer animation peaked in the 2000s.
Yes!
So those are some movies that make me happy. Please comment below some movies that make you happy. If you'd like to download a list of these movies to reference later on, I'll have a link to that in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, bye, bye. It's time to say goodbye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. It's time to go. Time's up, we're all done. Time for me to run. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye.